What's up, plant lovers? Devin is here, and if you've been here a while, you know I'm a huge fan of Amaryllis, or Hippeastrum. I would say it's probably my favorite flower because, you know, what's there to explain? But after we've grown our Hippeastrum, our Amaryllis bulbs for a while, you may notice that they start to kind of fill out their containers with baby pups, little bulblets that start growing along that mother bulb. Now, as long as your plants are growing healthy and vigorous and producing sufficient flowers, there's no need to divide them. But if you start to notice that they become a little bit less vigorous, maybe they don't flower quite as much as they used to, maybe it's time to divide your Amaryllis bulbs. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do it. Now this guy right here is the Amaryllis Tray Chic, and easily my favorite Amaryllis in my collection. And I was so thrilled when I saw that it started to produce a little baby pup. So that means I can have a second plant growing and flowering inside my home. Now the best time to do this is oftentimes in the fall. You can do this just before you put it into dormancy and prepare it to produce that wonderful winter display of flowers. But you can also do it in the late spring. I always recommend putting my bulbs outside in the summertime, so you can do it just as you're putting them outside. It's very, you know, it really depends on when you have time. That's typically the best time to do it, whenever you can. So first thing that we're gonna do, of course, is to just pop it out of the bowl, out of the pot. And start to gently remove that soil. I put this black tray here to keep it clean, but I've already made a mess. Okay, so we want to do this as gently as possible. And thankfully this is not too root bound. The roots aren't too, you know, intertwined. But once you get to a point like this, what I recommend is you get a nice bowl of water and you just pop this combination into the water. And we're just gonna let it sit for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, allowing the water to just help to gently remove that extra soil. Now, a quick side note, if you're dividing your Amaryllis that are growing right in the ground, what I recommend is where your bulbs are in the ground, provide about a 4-inch clearance around the bulb all the way around and dig up just like that. And then you just do exactly the same process once you've dug up that clump and you've brought it out of the surface of the soil. That way you can really minimize the damage to any potential roots. All right, then what you can start to do is you can just start to really just gently caress these roots, and you just kind of remove as much of that soil as possible. And what you'll often find, which is ideal, is that the bulbs just come apart just like so. And this is exactly what you want. If you do find that they're still kind of growing into one another, you may need to use a sharp knife to just sort of separate them off. But typically that does mean that your bulblets haven't quite developed enough to be ready to be on their own. So the best sign is when they just pop right off, separate naturally just like this. This means that both of them are mature enough to grow on their own. Okay, then of course the last step is to get them planted up, and as we know, Amaryllis like to be in rather snug pots. These guys, I'm gonna put these in, these are like 6-inch pots. I really wish that I had like a 4-inch pot that I could put them into, but this will be fine. And as we remember, when we're planting our Amaryllis bulbs, we like to allow about half of that bulb to be exposed above the surface of the soil and the other half to be below. So just I like to put, you know, slightly pre-moistened soil just in the pot. That makes it easier to get them planted so that, you know, they have that right amount of moisture in the soil. So pre-moisten your soil, then just dig a nice little well just like this. Get those roots in and top it off if you need to. It's of course so essential that we cover any root material with soil. We never want to have roots of any plants exposed. That's a very great way to kill a plant. And here we go. Now we have 2 Amaryllis plants. Go put it in a nice bright sunny window and be prepared for double the amount of joy from your Amaryllis this year. And remember, because we have pre-moistened that soil, there's really no need to give it any additional water right now. Amaryllis are very drought tolerant, so ensure that you allow your plants to dry out before you provide it with that next bout of watering, all right? I hope you found this video helpful, easy, informative, to the point. If you didn't, leave a comment. If you still have any other questions, make sure to leave them below. I always do my absolute best to answer each and every one of them. Thank you guys for joining me here on Plant Vibrations. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. We're bringing new plant-related content every single week, and give this video a little bit of a like if you did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys soon. Ciao.